But when we're talking about a corner, um, the corners and safeties, but primarily corner right now, what makes a successful corner? And I would say first, talk about the things that are non-physical.
Yeah.
So, what any player lining up at corner right now with any reasonable amount of skill can take to the bank and say, this would make me successful or at least maximize my physical talents out on the field. What do you believe to be the most important things from that standpoint?
Can you take the blinders off? And what I mean by that is, can you play something other than on ball? And I think what I mean by blinders is if you've ever ridden on a horse and buggy or you've been pulled by a horse and they put those blinders on. If you've ever been in like a city environment, they put those blinders on because the horses can see everything and they don't want the horse to freak out. They only want him to look forward. So that's that second part of it is, can you play off ball? And then can you play within that space? And can you feel the space around you? Can you use your overhang and his trajectory to get and gather data about the receiver's release? Can you understand the other parts of coverage? Because it used to be, and it's so funny. If you've been around football long enough, the two worst rooms are the D line room, the interior D line room, and the corner room, because that's typically where the kids get put. They're freak athletes, but man, they can't learn the playbook. Let's put them at corner and they'll play man covers. It's a defensive lineman. Just go, just maul somebody. We'll figure it out. Well, you can't play like that anymore. You're going to get found and you're going to have to play. That's one of the biggest things I think at the NFL level too, talking to NFL guys, is like, we can't just be one thing anymore. We're going to have to be, if we're going to play primarily man coverage, we're going to need to be able to play Tampa on the back end as well. But we can't just play the old school Tampa 2 stuff. It's going to be non-traditional. So corners are now going to have to play safety. You might have to play nickel, right? Because that's the other thing too, is the man look, but then we're going to play zone. So now a corner, they could get us in corner over. The corner motions with his man, makes it look like man. Now he's got to know what the nickel is. Can you play inside? And a lot of that just goes back to the fundamental value of like, can you play in space? And so I think to answer that, that's the biggest thing. And that's the biggest problem I see right now is we're so on ball dominant at the lower levels that when we adjust at these higher levels, and now college getting these more condensed sets, how do we then react?